Do you ever wonder why we're so sad, anxious, depressed? Anything along those lines? I've been very interested in a lot of Jonathan Haidt's work. I mean, I read The Coddling the American Mind in 2019, and ever since then, I've tried my best to listen to podcasts he's been into. And recently, he's been very active on his Substack. And along the lines of the social dilemma during 2020, then you had the election. Well, it really started when Trump got elected, but after that, like COVID, the election again, and documentaries like the social dilemma, and you're starting to see more and more people starting to realize how our hyper connected society is starting to affect us. See, we as humans need to try things first before we realize that it may be good for us or bad for us. I mean, unfortunately, nothing is neither good or bad. We just make it so because of how we think, right? Something that you view as bad, let's just say exercising too much. Some people think going to the gym 3 days a week is a lot, versus others may say that's not enough. I always say the truth lies somewhere in the middle. If you notice that you're going too far one way, you may have been indoctrinated or tricked or manipulated into that thought process. See, my goal here when I talk to y'all and my YouTube channel in general is to always find the middle ground. It's probably why I don't have insane growth, because I'm not arguing about one side and fighting and making these crazy choices of videos. It's going to take me a long time to build a brand because of that. And that's okay. At the end of the day, I'd say you look at your own hyperconnectivity. I had to look at my own. And about 3 weeks ago, I kind of sat down one Sunday afternoon, as I was usually Sunday is my relaxed day. I was chilling and I noticed I was scrolling through Instagram, and a notification came up on my phone that shows your weekly phone usage. And I clicked it. I barely click it. I usually see it and I usually just ignore it. It's whatever. I always thought I'm pretty good, I think I don't spend that much time on my phone. And then I clicked it, I looked, I noticed it said 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day on my phone on average. I was like, what's causing it? Maybe it's podcasts I listen to. Maybe it's YouTube videos that I watch usually, especially when I'm doing research. That could be spending most of the time on the phone. While that was the case, a lot of the time was on things like Spotify and YouTube. Instagram was still the top three. Instagram and YouTube were the top three. And I tend to go into my own vortex of YouTube. I hope I'm supporting a lot of creators that way, just through watching their videos. But what did that cost me? Well, it costed the fact that I stopped making videos, I don't know, for a long time, or at least started to lose the weekly generation machine to make more videos, which is why I'm doing the 60-day challenge, so I make sure I don't fall to the wayside. And due to unforeseen circumstances over the last few months, a lot has changed and pivots has occurred in my life where I've had to pivot. And I was like, the only thing I need to stay consistent with is the gym and my YouTube channel. I noticed that I was losing out on a few things because I was so plugged in to social media. I was so plugged in. Thank God I told myself that I would never be plugged into TikTok. I know how addicting it is. So I promised myself that I'll always be posting ghosts, and that's exactly what I've done with TikTok. I don't follow anyone there. I think I followed some people when I first created an account, and that's about it. Other than that, I stay off of it. I post, I get off the app immediately. And that's something I'm trying to do with Instagram. So because I had a challenge with Instagram, I said, you know what? I'm just going to quit it cold turkey for the remainder of the year, which is why I'm not on it right now. Because I see there's this cost. My attention is so terrible. I cannot stay focused for more than 15 minutes. And maybe I have some undiagnosed ADHD. I'm not one of those people that say, man, my ADD is acting up today or ADHD is acting up today. I won't say that until I'm actually diagnosed with that thing. So instead I utilize external things, whether that's nicotine gum, coffee, tea, things to help me be focused. And unfortunately, it doesn't always work. Fortunately, I task switch all the time. I'm switching between tasks, and I'm constantly having the need to get up. I can't stay on one thing for too long. If I'm doing editing, for instance, for 15 minutes, I have to jump into do something else or try something else before I can jump back in, which takes me a lot longer to edit a video than it probably normally would. If I just sit still for 2 to 3 hours, I can get majority of the video edited, but that's not the case. Same thing comes with learning over the last few months. I used to be a huge book reader, reading every night, reading almost a book a week. And over this year, that hasn't been the case. I've probably only read a dozen books, maybe a few more. That's just the case. I mean, the current book I'm reading right now, I've been reading it since August, and I still haven't finished it because I've missed days. This is the cost of being hyper-connected into society, as well as constant change occurring. And this cost of being hyper-connected, even my day job, just causes crazy amounts of stress that I've been having my own health issues. And I'm just trying to take day to day slowly and see how can one be successful by taking it slow. It's a grand experiment that I'm being a part of, and I might not succeed. What do you think? I always throw it back to y'all. I'm not trying to make comments to get more viewers or whatever. Like, I really want people to comment, to have a conversation about these things. What do you think of this hyper-connected society that we're living in? How does it affect your work? How does it affect your day-to-day? Whether that's through social media, whether that's through watching YouTube, creating YouTube, whatever you do here on this platform and others, I'd love to hear and start that conversation in the comments below. As you're aware, I'm doing the 60-day challenge of creating a video every single day. You can click this playlist right here in order to see some of the other videos I made. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you tomorrow.